Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me today for our front split stretch. Today we're going to be focusing on stretching out our hamstrings and our quads and getting our hips nice and loose for our practice towards getting toward our front splits. This is for all of those who are not flexible like me. Yes, I am a yogi, and no, I am not flexible. So that is what we're going to be working on today. So if you are ready, join me at the top of your mat. So we will begin in Tadasana, or our mountain pose today. So just checking our alignment really quick. We want to make sure that our feet are planted firmly into the ground. We can lift up our toes and place each toe down individually, one by one, until we get a nice firm grip on the mat there. Our knees are over our ankles, our hips are over our knees, our spine is nice and straight, our shoulders are back, head is in neutral, palms are facing the front, shooting that energy out right in front of us. And this is our mountain pose. So starting in our mountain pose, we are going to inhale and bring our hands up over our head. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, bringing those hips all the way back, folding our torso towards our knees. For our forward fold here, so go ahead and tuck your chin to your chest. You'll begin to feel this stretch all in the back of your legs, through the bottom of your back, that stretch. If you want to challenge yourself here, you can bring up your toes and place your palms underneath your feet here. That'll give you a deeper stretch in the back of your legs through your hamstrings. You can pull yourself down closer to your knees. Remembering to breathe here. This might take a lot out of some of us. We're just going to do a couple of arm variations here just to keep in this deep hamstring stretch. So bringing our elbows, our hands to our elbows. We're going to go into a ragdoll position. You can begin to sway back and forth. Feeling that stretch coming up both of those legs. Now coming back to stillness, bring those hands behind your back, clamping your hands together, and bring those shoulders forward. You're going to bring those wrists right above your head in a good back stretch again. This is stretching those hamstrings out. Inhale, and on your exhale, release your hands, dropping them down to your mat, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So just shimmy your legs out, so your feet out a little further than hip width distance apart. So you're in a wide leg stance here. If you need to use your handy yoga blocks here, you may do so. Place those right in between your feet here, and just resting your palms. It's going to take some pressure off of the back of your legs and off of some of your knees. If you do not need your blocks, go ahead and bring those palms all the way down to your mat. You can also put a slight bend in your knees here as well if needed, but our focus will be on trying to bring those kneecaps up and those knees back to get a good stretch in our hamstrings. So again, a few arm variations here. So we're going to bring our right wrist, bring it to our left big toe, and bring that left hand all the way up in the air. Give a deep breath here. Inhale one more time, and on your exhale, bring your hands back to center. And on your next exhale, bring that left wrist to your right big toe. Bring that right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Your focus can be on the bottom of your right thumb, what we call our drishti, or our focal points. Helps us stay in balance. Inhale and exhale, bringing your palms to the center again. Now walking our hands over to our left foot here, we're going to bring our forehead to our left knee. Getting a good stretch, getting a good lower back stretch as well on the right side. Inhale, walk those hands back to center. Inhale, walking our hands over to our right knee, bringing our forehead to our right knee. Again, if you need to bend your knees a little bit, do that. If you need to bring your yoga blocks out again, please feel free. This is your practice, and whatever is going to make your practice comfortable for you, I encourage you to do so. Inhale, then exhale, walking those hands back to center. Next, we're going to go into our side lunges. I'm going to grab a block for this because I know that I'm going to need it. So we're going to just drop our weight to that left knee. We want to check our alignment here. We want to make sure that that left knee is at a 90-degree angle. That knee is right over the ankle. I'm going to use my yoga block here to help me balance, making sure that that right leg is nice and straight out to the side. Tucking those hips right up under your spine here. Kind of leaning. I'm going to sit up a little straighter. So you want to just make sure that your back and your tailbone are in line. Inhale, coming back to center. You can bring your yoga block over, then exhale, dropping that weight down to our right knee. Again, making sure that our right leg, that 90-degree angle here, knee is over our ankle. Back nice and straight. Going to sink in to that hip socket here on the right. Getting a good stretch through our left leg and this right hip joint. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's shimmy our feet together. Again, back to forward fold. And from our forward fold, we're just going to come down into a nice deep squat. So dropping our tailbone. We might want to widen our feet a little bit, dropping our tailbone down, placing our hands on our knees. You can use your elbows to kind of widen your knees a little bit here. That'll give you a deeper stretch in this groin. Again, if you need your yoga blocks, don't be afraid to use them. Bring them right in front, or you can use without. Inhale, and on our exhale, dropping down to our mat, slowly of course. Coming into a staff pose here. I'm going to shake those legs out a little bit from all that stretching in our wide leg, forward fold. So now this is where we're going to take our yoga strap, and we're just going to make a small hole down at the bottom here. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our foot in that hole. You can tighten it if you would like to. So you see we've got a little pulley here. So go ahead and lay all the way back on your back. Your back is flat on your mat. Your left leg is straight out in front of you. You're just going to bend that right knee, bringing it up. And then slowly lifting that knee up into the air and go off the mat. Bring that right leg straight up above you. Now we can use our strap to kind of bring our leg closer to our chest, really feeling that stretch along our calf and our hamstring. But we do not want to push past our edge. And our edge is that moment where we feel that muscle strain as we're stretching. We want to stop right at that muscle strain because if we push past that, that can cause injury. And we do not want to hurt ourselves. So from here, we're going to take our right leg and just drop it out to our right side. Kind of making an L shape with our legs here. Bring that right leg all the way out. You can use that left hand, placing it in a T position on the opposite side just for some balance. I'm going to inhale and exhale deeply here. We're going to do this for about 5 breaths. So inhale deeply through your nose, and then exhaling through your mouth. If you feel your legs starting to get a little lazy, try and make it a little bit more active by pointing toes or flexing your toes towards you. Gotta keep that leg active as you are doing your breaths here. So in your next inhale, bring that foot up to center. And from here, we're just going to drop it over to the left side, to the opposite side of our body. So we're just going to cross that right leg over our left leg, using our right arm out here for balance. I really feel this stretch all the way through my right glute, which is why I'm making these deep breaths over here, kind of ease that pain a little bit. On our next inhale, bring that leg right back up to center. Bending that right knee, bringing that ankle all the way down to the mat. And stretching that right leg down in front of us. Go ahead and shake that out if you need to. So we're just going to switch our strap over to our left leg here. So sliding our left foot right through that circle here. Bringing our right leg out, stretched in front of us, lying on our back. Bringing that left leg, you can bend it, do these in stages. You can bend that knee, then lift the heel off the mat, bringing that knee up over your chest, stretching that left leg all the way up. On your exhales, try to bring that leg closer to your body. I'm gonna feel that stretch even more. Keeping that left leg straightened, you don't want to keep it bent. You're not going to feel that stretch. So keep it as straight as possible. It's okay if you can't bring it closer to your body. That is not the goal right now. Our goal is to make sure that our leg is straight and we're feeling that stretch. And in time, we'll be able to move that leg closer to our bodies. I'm going to go ahead and inhale, exhale, drop that left leg to the left side, using your right arm out in a T position to bring some balance. Inhale, bring that left leg up to center. Exhale, drop it over that right leg from the opposite side. You can use that left arm for balance. Placing it on the mat or on the floor. I'm feeling the stretch here. I'm feeling this one. Again, keeping that leg active. Keep those muscles contracted. Inhale, bring that left leg back to center. Bending that left knee. Dropping your heel to the mat. And stretching that left leg out. Shake it out. Mat. We're going to bring our hands up over our head, pointing our toes toward the wall opposite of us. And bringing our hands all the way. So we're just going to get a full body stretch here. You can imagine someone pulling on your arms and then pulling on your legs in an opposite direction. Get a good deep stretch here. Inhale and exhale, rolling to your right side. We'll push ourselves up into a seated position. We're going to come back to our staff pose here. So sit it right on our sits bones here. If you want to take your hands and kind of move your body parts out of the way, you can feel those sits bones right underneath of you. So legs are nice and straight out in front of you. What we're going to do here is we're going to bring this right leg, we're going to bend that knee, placing the right heel on the inside of our left thigh. So this is a half bound angle pose. So pushing that right heel into your left thigh, we're going to make all of these poses active poses. So pushing that right heel into your left thigh, inhaling, bringing your hands up overhead. We're going to forward fold like we did when we were standing, but we're going to do a seated forward fold over that left knee, grabbing our left ankle, our left shin, or if you can grab your toes, whichever is comfortable for you in your practice today. We're going to make sure that our back is nice and flat. We don't want to be hunched over here. We want to get a nice good flat back. And once your back is nice and flat, then you can start to bring your chest to your knee. If your back starts to round, that's okay, but we don't want to be an intentional hunch. 3 more breaths here. On your exhale, see if you can go a little deeper in that stretch. Coming down a little further toward that knee. Inhale, rolling yourself up. We're going to bring that left heel to meet the right, coming into a full bound angle pose or butterfly pose. So we are in this position here. So You can start to flutter your legs a little bit and loosen up your hips. You can also just keep them at still and just push your knees down toward the mat and get a good stretch there as well. Inhale one more time through your nose, opening your mouth and exhaling it out. So from here, we're going to take our right leg and place our right leg out in front of us, taking that left heel, placing it on the inside of our right thigh. Again, this is an active pose here. So we're going to inhale our arms up, exhale, forward fold over that right knee. Again, making sure that our backs are as straight as possible. I notice that I'm not as flexible on my right side as I am on my left, so I cannot go down as far as I just did. However, that is okay. I just want to make sure that my posture is okay. And then once my back is nice and stretched out, then I can go ahead and drop my shoulders and my forehead. Again, on our exhale, try to dig a little deeper into that stretch. Inhale, rolling up slowly. Bringing that right heel back to meet the left, bringing back into a bound angle pose. Shaking out our legs here. All right, meet me in tabletop. On our tabletop position, we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows just to loosen up our lower back here. So making sure that our knees are right up under our hips. If you look between your knees and you can see your feet together, bring those out so that they are in alignment with your knees. So you should not see your toes at all when you look between your knees. Wrists are right up under your shoulders. Back is neutral. Try not to arch your back here. Try to fold those hips right up under your tailbone. Keeping that neck neutral, dropping your shoulders. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale, dropping our chest, inhaling into a cow pose. Now on our exhale, we're going to round our backs, bringing our chin to our chest, rolling our tailbone up under us for a cat pose. Inhale, dropping your chest, dropping that belly, arching your back for cow. Exhale, rounding your back, chin to chest for cat pose. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Last time, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. From here, you're going to go ahead and tuck those toes right up under you, pressing those tops of your toes into your mat. We're going to push our hips up to the air for our first down dog position here. Making sure that we are in alignment. Feet hip width distance apart. We have a slight grip with our fingers in our mat, and we're pushing our heels down as we are pushing our head through our shoulders. So we're in an upside down V, and we're getting a full body stretch here. From here, we are going to go into a low lunge. We're going to take 2 more breaths in the down dog position before we do so. You guys can walk your dog as well, so alternating bending each knee. I'm looking at my feet, so I said foot. And coming back to stillness. On our inhale, we're going to bring that left foot up to the outside of our left wrist. Okay, checking our alignment. Just want to push that right foot back. Want to get a deep stretch here. Dropping that right knee. Going into a low lunge here. Bring our hands to our knee, dropping our hips down towards the mat, getting a deep stretch here. From here, we're going to take our hips and we're going to push our hips back towards our heel so that we are in a half split stretch. Hurdle stretch, monkey stretch, has several names, but we just want to make sure that our Our glutes are right over that right heel. We can bring our left toes up to flex towards us to get a deeper stretch. Inhale through your nose and rock back forward, coming back to a 90-degree angle in that left knee. Tucking that right foot up, bringing that right knee up off of the mat. Bring your left foot back to meet the right foot. We're going back into a downward dog. Now we're going to do that same low lunge stretch on our right side. So inhale, bring that right foot out to the outside of your right wrist, dropping that left knee, making sure that our right leg is in a 90-degree angle. Pushing our hips down toward the mat as we bring our hands to our knee. Deep breaths here. You want to breathe into whatever sensations that you are feeling, either in your groin area, in your hips, or in your hamstrings. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose, and then when you exhale, imagine that breath is going to whatever sensation you are feeling right now in your body. Imagine your muscles are loosening as you breathe. From here, we're going to shift our hips back toward that left heel, straightening out that right leg, bring those right toes up towards our body, flexing them in a nice deep stretch in that right hamstring. Inhale, rocking our hips back forward, bringing that right knee back to a 90-degree angle. We are going to tuck our left toes, bring the left knee up off of our mat, bring our right foot back to meet the left. We are in a plank pose now. What we're going to do here is lower ourselves down to the mat. Rolling over to our back, we are going to finish in our resting pose. Reclined bound angle, so lying on our backs, we're going to bring our heels together. So we're back in a butterfly position, or butterfly pose, except that we are lying on our backs. Same concept. You can flutter your legs. You can use your palms to push your knees down towards your mat. Or you can relax, placing your right hand on your chest, your left hand on your belly, and just feeling your body breathe, coming back to normal. Feeling your heart rate slow down. Maybe your breaths are getting longer and deeper. Sinking further into your mat. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Now you may stay in this resting pose for as long as you wish. I recommend staying in for at least 5 minutes until your breath returns back to its normal breathing rate. So thank you for joining me today for your front split stretch. I hope that you will join me again as we go further into our split stretch, where we'll do a little bit more stretching of our hips and getting our legs nice and loosened up for our front splits. See you next time.